The US Mint produces thousands of quarters every day. But have you ever wondered how a simple piece of metal becomes the quarter you carry in your pocket? It all starts with massive coils of metal made from copper and nickel. Each coil is about 1,500 feet long, roughly the length of 4 football fields, and weighs several tons. The metal used for quarters is 92% copper and 8% nickel, a combination designed to survive years of everyday use. The massive coils are transported to the production line, where a machine slowly unrolls the metal and feeds it into one of the fastest machines in the facility, a giant blanking press. Think of it like an enormous cookie cutter, but instead of cutting dough, it punches thousands of perfectly shaped metal discs called blanks. Each strike happens in a fraction of a second, and a single coil can produce around 300,000 blanks. But the press can't use every piece of metal. After the discs are punched out, a thin metal skeleton is left behind. Instead of throwing it away, the leftover material is immediately collected and sent for recycling. It will eventually be melted down and turned into new coils, allowing the metal to be used again. Meanwhile, thousands of blanks come pouring out of the press. It looks like a waterfall of money. Except these aren't actually money yet. They may already have the exact size of a quarter, but they're still just plain pieces of metal. No George Washington, no inscriptions, no value. And before they can become real quarters, the metal needs to survive one of the most extreme parts of the entire process. The blanks are transported into a massive annealing furnace, where they're heated to approximately 1,600 degrees Fahrenheit. Inside the furnace, oxygen levels are carefully controlled to prevent the metal from oxidizing as it heats. The extreme temperature changes the internal structure of the metal and removes stress created during the cutting process. Most importantly, it makes the blanks flexible enough to survive the enormous pressure they'll experience later. Without this step, the metal could crack or deform during striking. When the blanks leave the furnace, they're extremely hot and need to be cooled immediately. Next, they're sent through a special chemical bath containing water, citric acid, and other compounds. Citric acid, the same type of acid naturally found in lemons and oranges, helps remove oxidation and residue from the surface. After being washed and dried, the blanks emerge clean, bright, and ready for the next step. But there's still something missing: the raised edge around every quarter. To create it, each blank passes through a machine that forces it through a space slightly narrower than the blank itself. As the metal is squeezed through, the outer edge is pushed upward, creating the raised rim you can feel around a quarter. And that tiny detail is more important than it looks. The rim makes the coin stronger, helps quarters stack properly, reduces wear, and prevents the metal from spreading too far during the next step. Now the blanks are finally ready for the most important part of the process: striking. At this point, they have the correct size, a clean surface, and a properly formed rim, but they're still just blank pieces of metal. What happens next will finally turn them into money. Each blank enters a coining press and is positioned between 2 extremely hard steel dies. One die contains the design for the front of the quarter, the other contains the design for the back. Then, in a fraction of a second, the press strikes, with nearly 100 tons of pressure. That enormous force pushes the metal into every tiny detail engraved into the dies. Almost instantly, George Washington's portrait, the inscriptions, the denomination, and the detailed designs appear on the surface. A blank piece of metal has officially become a US quarter, and it happens incredibly fast. A single press can strike around 750 quarters every minute. That's approximately 45,000 quarters per hour. Over an entire production day, just one machine can create hundreds of thousands of coins. But they still aren't ready to reach your pocket. As the newly minted quarters leave the press, they enter one of the strictest stages of production: quality control. Inspectors randomly remove coins from the production line and examine them carefully. They check that both sides are properly aligned, that the details are sharp, and that there are no visible manufacturing defects. Even a small problem can trigger a larger inspection. If a coin doesn't meet the mint standards, it won't be released into circulation. Rejected coins are destroyed and the metal is recycled, allowing it to return to the beginning of the process. Once a batch passes inspection, thousands of finished quarters pour into enormous collection systems. 200,000 quarters weigh roughly 2,500 pounds. These bags aren't going anywhere by hand. Forklifts are used to move them through the facility. The giant bags are then stored inside highly secure areas until they're needed. Eventually, the Federal Reserve places an order. Only then do these quarters finally leave the mint and begin the last part of their journey. They're shipped out into the banking system, distributed across the country, and eventually make their way into stores, vending machines, cash registers, and probably your pocket. All from a giant roll of metal, cut, heated, cleaned, shaped, and finally struck with nearly 100 tons of pressure. Hundreds of thousands of times every single day. And that's how an ordinary piece of metal becomes American money. If you want to understand how other critical systems survive under this same level of pressure, you'll find more videos on this channel. Like this video if it helped you see what normally remains invisible, and subscribe to keep discovering how the systems that run the world truly work.